Yo, Boss Hogan, I fool with you, man. You know what I mean? I always have rock with you. But you wrong right here, man. Y'all say down south, you wrong right here. You wrong, Slim Thug. How you gonna, insinuate Masterpiece broke, man? You know what I mean? Now, I understand your message. It was a great message. But that's more so for these younger artists, man. You know what I mean? The young artists coming up, man, own your name, own your property. You know what I'm saying? Own your music. All of that you spoke, guess what? 100% agree. But there's certain people that are excluded from that. You know what I mean? Because there's levels to it. And you got people like, Lil Wayne. Sold his masters for what, 100 million? You got Dr. Dre. Sold his masters for 200 million plus. You got Diddy. He said he's in no rush to sell his masters, but he didn't say he wasn't going to sell them. Timberland said, man, offer him 100 million. He going to sell his. Vlad TV, he said the same thing. Baby from Cash Money, if he ever decides to sell his masters, it's going to be several $100 million. So there are people that are excluded from that category that you speaking of, man. You've been in the game for a long time, man. Well respected, man. Well respected. And you've done well with your money, apparently. I never met you, but you don't seem like you hurting for no bread. But at the same time, respectfully speaking, if somebody came along and offered you 150 million for your master, yeah, it's easy to say that you wouldn't do it. It's easy to say that. See, you and Master P, man, y'all in two totally different tax brackets, man. If you Google Master P's net worth, it says what, 250 million, somewhere right around in there? Now, I know Forbes is not exactly accurate because you don't know what a person has. So let's just say they're way, way, way off, and he's worth 125 instead of 250. You know what? I'm going to take it a step further. Let's just say they're way, 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 way off, and he's worth about 65 instead of 125. That's still a lot of bread. So y'all not even in the same stratosphere, just like I'm not in the same stratosphere as you. You see what I'm saying? But there's levels to it. You can't really speak on a boss. This man is a boss, man. You know what I mean? He was doing this since the 90s. He showed you all how to be independent. And then you're going to speak on the man's name like that? Talking about he's falling on hard times? How do you know he's falling on hard times? Because everybody around P, other than Romeo, I don't see nobody talking about he's broke. And even if you do, that man went through a divorce. He's been sued. Listen, even if you do fall off, man, you hustle, you get back up. Everybody falls off, man, at some point, man. And nobody's music stays hot forever. You talked about how No Limit was up here back in the day. Yeah, they were. The hottest thing I've ever seen, by far. So, yeah, he's not what he once was. But guess what? He's still relevant. He's still around. Product outweighs talent, so he's not really in the music industry anymore. But this guy can still go on tour. If he's so broke, why he don't stay on tour? The No Limit reunion tour sells out everywhere. And I'm quite sure, and I'm just guessing, but me knowing the businessman that he is and the entrepreneur that he is, I'm sure he's his own promoter. So he's keeping the majority of the money coming in. You know what I mean? So that should tell you right there, he can't be broke. Okay, he sold his masters at one point or whatever to get out of some tax problems, debt problems he was in or whatever at the time. That's part of it. Who's to say that he doesn't have it set up to where he can't buy his masters back? Now you got all these other, sites and vloggers and things of that nature headlining. Slim Thug says Masterpiece broke. That's why you don't speak on, people's names, especially bosses, man. He's a boss, all boss. He may not have the money that Diddy and Jay-Z and them got, but that don't mean nothing. What does that mean? That don't mean he ain't a better hustler. That don't mean he ain't a bigger boss. I was kind of disappointed, man, that I heard you say that, Thug. I was kind of disappointed that I heard you say that if you don't own your masters, you're not a boss. Are you out of your boss hogging mind? If you don't own your masters, you're not a boss. So Dr. Dre ain't a boss, huh? Wayne ain't a boss, huh? Ice-T, He said, shoot, offer me, you know, hundreds of millions. I don't remember the exact amount. I'm selling my masters in a heartbeat. These guys, they're not bosses. Man, this music thing, man, it gets you in the game. But these guys, man, ain't really making no money off music no more. They're so far advanced, they don't even have to do music anymore. So when they do it, it's probably just for fun or the love of it, or helping put somebody on, you know, they people, or like when P goes on tour, it's probably more so to get, you know what I mean, the No Limit Soldiers some bread. The ones that are still left, his brother, you know what I'm saying, Fiend, Servon, Mia X, all the ones that's still around, you know, Crazy. He probably just goes on tour to get them a bag. Come on, you got to do better, man. You got to do better, Thugger. I thought you was bigger than that, man. And I know you didn't mean nothing bad. I know you didn't. You was just speaking. Like I said, you was speaking the truth. But there's just certain people, they're outside of that box. Because they could sell their masters. You gonna own 100% of nothing? Not to say you're not making any money off your masters. Okay, well, you make a couple $100,000 a year off your masters, if that. Now, if you make a couple $100,000 a year off your masters, if that, you know how long it would take you to get 100 million? Yeah, your kids and everything would always eat as long as your music was being played. Irv Gotti sold his masters. These dudes is doing major deals. Hundreds of millions of dollars, man. So you can't call these guys, you can't say these guys are not bosses, man. You a boss to a lot of people. But when you get in the room with these guys, you're not a boss. Not to them, you're not. Real Kens TV, man. Tell me what you think about the video, man. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, share that post notification, man. So anytime I drop a video, man, y'all know what's happening. You know what's hot. I'm coming to you, you know, raw and direct. Pause. Double pause. You know, call a spade, man. Real Kens TV. Till next time.